Marcus Gorey set to jump things up. As we look at the starting lineups, Terrell Lee Day, who missed the last game for Benetton, is back in the lineup, and that's good news. He and Zizis provide a pretty solid backcourt for Benetton. For Dynamo Moscow, Popovic, Dean, Papadopoulos, Domani, and Fotzis. And they get the opening tip to the team from Moscow, and they'll start things off.
And Popovic runs the point. He's the guy that is the leader out there, the point guard.
Taekwon Dean, the drive into the lane, and he banks it home to open the scoring.
Yeah, nice move going to his right. Dean, of course, is a great perimeter shooter. Played at the University of Louisville, and now, of course, is in Moscow.
Shumpert comes out firing, misses on the three. Long rebound, and Dean is pushing it the other way. Good transition defense from Benetton. Now, Dynamo Moscow will have to set up. Popovic popping away from on top. And Zizis the rebound, he'll bring it up himself.
Yeah, and Benetton, I think that they'll live with the Zizis taking that shot out there. I think, he is really best at when he sets up and, of course, delivers the pass.
Gorey missed a point-blank shot. We're not used to seeing that from him. Domani drives and kicks. Now it's Popovic again from on top. Missed on the three. Offensive rebound, another chance. Dean firing. And the battle for the loose rebound. It'll stay with Dynamo Moscow.
And we're seeing right away Dynamo having trouble hitting the outside shot. A little surprising again. I think they should go and have a height advantage. They got a size advantage to go inside to Papadopoulos.
He's got it on the outside now. They'll swing it on top and reset. Oh, there was the look inside. It was deflected, and then again. Now a turnover. Terrell Lee Day driving, tried to dunk it, couldn't get it. Great transition defense to bother the shot there from Popovic. Popovic, the drive against Lee Day back the other way. He couldn't finish. Rebound to Gorey.
And they're up and down the court, but no one seems to be making any shots.
Zizis missed a good open look there, and the rebound from Papadopoulos. 2 minutes gone, and just a deuce on the board for Moscow. Fotzis on top.
Looking to post up down low.
They drop it in for Papadopoulos, and an immediate foul. Marcus Gorey complaining that Papadopoulos may have hooked him or cleared out, but he's not going to get that call.
We're gonna see the bumping and the real physical play down low, but really nice position by Big Papa there, and really Marcus just not getting any help, and he can't handle Big Papa down low. He's got too much size.
Moscow working it around the perimeter. Fotzis sets the screen, and now they set up Fotzis inside. He missed the alley-oop. It was a fine pass from Big Papa. Benetton still has yet to score. 2.5 minutes in.
Really
Lee Day,
good
trapped.
defensive help here.
Zizis frees himself for a jumper. Another miss.
So I like the way Dynamo is coming out and really helping defensively, helping each other.
It looks like they're going to get Fotzis for palming the ball.
Oh, that was definitely a palm. An easy call by the official.
Yeah, Fotzis is skilled, as we talked about, but you probably don't want him leading the break.
No, you don't. You want to give that ball up. They got a good guy in Popovic who can really handle the ball. Give it up, run the lanes, and then get down low or move without the ball and get open.
Good move by Lee Day, and he gets all the way in to finally get Benetton on the board.
Yeah, nice move, driving to the right hand to the baseline. A little mistake that time by Dynamo, opening up. No weak side help defensively. An easy layup there for Lee Day.
Here's Papadopoulos in the post up. Taking his time and kicks it back out. Wide open look. Taekwon Dean the miss. Fotzis the offensive rebound. And a foul down low. Just into the game for Benetton as Mateo Saranya picks up the foul.
And we're going to see a replay here. The good offensive position, going back up, getting the getting the call, but Fotzis is just really got size there, and at 6'10", taking advantage of the mismatch and anticipating the shot it's missed and going after it on the offensive glass.
First point of the game for Fotzis, an 85% free throw shooter in Euroleague play, and he's got them both.
Yeah, he's just an outstanding shooter. Shoots 51% from the floor, 46 for threes, and of course 85 from the foul line. Just a solid shooter, a solid player.
Preston Shumpert drops it down. Saranya trying to post up Domani. Spins to the baseline. Good looking fadeaway, wouldn't go.
Good, nice defense that time again by Dynamo, and Benetton is just having troubles.
Oh, they set up that backdoor alley-oop, and again, Fotzis could not finish it. But it was stolen back nicely by Dean.
But you really see what Dynamo's trying to do. They've got a good size advantage between Fotzis and Big Papa, and they just need to keep going down low and getting them the ball and taking advantage of the size.
Good spin move, Papadopoulos, but great help from Lee Day. Couldn't come up with a clean steal, and we have a shot clock violation. A good defensive set there for Benetton.
Yeah, it really was. Leday helping out and dropping back, contracting the defense.
Looking at Zizis checking out for Benetton, replaced by Marco Mardente, a great shooter coming off the bench. And a foul on Benetton, an offensive foul. Leday can't believe it.
I'm not sure I would agree with that call. Looked to me like Popovich was moving on the screen.
First foul on Leday and third on Benetton. Dynamo Moscow is yet to commit a foul. Nice move by Papadopoulos, gets in, missed with the left, but Fotzis jams it home.
We see there again, working on the glass, the offensive glass, taking advantage, and got the offensive tip.
Shumpert down low off the feed from Gori, and there is the first foul of the game on Dynamo Moscow. They're going to get Dimitri Domani with his first. There is Dimitri. Played for Ceska for a number of years. A fine other team in Moscow, the defending Euroleague champions, and they look every bit capable of doing it again.
Shumpert going to the line. Really has been a valuable asset and really a great pickup for Benetton. Averages 12 points on the game and shoots 50% from the floor.
Got both free throws. And now coming in off the bench in green for Benetton, Angelo Gili. Big man up front, about 6'10".
And a shot blocker. They need a little size in there. Nice substitution. Trying to have an effect on that matchup down low. But they keep Gori on Big Papa.
Moscow gets it into Papadopoulos, goes to the right-hand hook and banks it in.
Yeah, we saw good ball movement at that time, and Big Papa just, posting up down low. Not much you can do with that size advantage. You cannot let him get the ball that low.
Mardente the drive. Usually a great spark off the bench. Last week had 13 points.
A combo guard, about 6'4", taking advantage that time of his quickness as well as his size and penetrating down the lane into the basket.
A three miss from Fotzis, tipped out, and now here comes Benetton. No numbers, Shumpert pulls it out. Gori goes down low to Gili on the baseline. Big mismatch against Taekwon Dean. Gili takes him right into the lane and hits the little hook.
Yeah, good recognition that time by Benetton, and Gili really taking advantage of the mismatch, like you said, Mark.
Fotzis gives it up and goes down to the corner. Popovich inside Papadopoulos. Nice up fake and slams it home.
Yeah, nice pick and roll that time. Good recognition by Popovich, delivering the pass to Big Papa down low for the stuff.
10-8 Dynamo Moscow. Gori missing the three from on top. Holtz hits the rebound, brings it up himself. Open look, no. Popovich decides to give it up to Dean. Now Dean, inside out. Papadopoulos thought about it and now fires. And that indecision almost always results in a miss.
Yeah, again, they had a 3-on-2 break, backed it out, and now, of course, they will run their set offense and try to get a high percentage shot. Papadopoulos is shot from the top of the key. You want him down low.
They fire the three ball. Dean cannot hit. Gili the rebound. There's a rebounding story. Dynamo Moscow clearing the backboards very effectively so far in the first quarter. They've got the 2-point lead. Benetton with a ball looking to pull even. Mordente drives into traffic, kicks it all the way out across. And the three ball for Zizis. That gives Benetton their first lead.
Zizis just a good all-around, smart basketball player.
Papadopoulos working hard inside. The entry pass was too low on the turnover. Mordente, comfortable pull-up, hits plus the foul. A chance for a three-point play for Marco Mordente.
Yeah, nice controlled transition that time by Benetton. Again, Mordente taking it to the foul line. The defense backs off, and he just goes right up for the jumper.
So Benetton was off to a very slow start in this one. They seem to have things going back their way. They've got the three-point advantage. Visiting Dynamo Moscow here, and they'll be at the free throw line in the form of Marco Mordente looking to complete the three-point play. David Blatt inside the huddle. And let's take a look back.
There's Taekwon Dean driving to the right hand into the paint, going up solid early on in the ball game. The deflection there by Benetton, and they go off to the races in transition, but don't finish.
Lee Day being aggressive in the half court there. They've tried this play a couple of times, the high-low lob, and Fotis both times could not convert it.
Yeah, he's got to finish those shots. You know, he had trouble against this Benetton team last time they played. He only had 2 points and 2 rebounds, really a subpar game. Now we see them, Big Papa, posting up down low, taking advantage of his size. And, of course, Gili, then he counters and comes right back. Again, seeing the mismatch and delivering the running one-hander.
Gail, you pointed out that Dynamo Moscow really wants to or should want to go inside the Papadopoulos. When he's gotten it on the block, good things have happened.
Yeah, they really are trying to establish him early and really force that defense of Benetton to contract, and then, of course, that'll open up shots to the outside. But as long as they have that mismatch down low, they got to continue to exploit it.
We'll see if they do. Taekwon Dean gives it to Fotis on top, a whistle away from the ball, battling the post. Gili mixing it up with Papadopoulos, and the foul will go against Benetton and Gili.
Yeah, Gili, of course, is 6'10", has got some size, but he really is on the thin side. He's a young guy at only 24, will probably mature as he gets a little bit older in terms of putting on some weight. But he really, from a physical standpoint, is still not much of an issue or a problem for Big Papa down low, and we see him here now. But
goes right at him. Help comes. Shot is scooped up, and 2 free throws coming now for Lazaros Papadopoulos.
Yeah, we take another look at it again now. Really almost got that left arm out there, but he did draw some contact, absorbs it. And of course, Gili now has 2 fouls, 2 quick fouls, which is not good because he really is the only big guy that Benetton has to come in here and try to match up with Big Papa.
He will come out to Angelo Gili with the 2 quick fouls. Had been making a nice little impact in his opening moments, but Lazaros Papadopoulos trying to go to work on him down low. First free throw is good for Papadopoulos. Got 3 points so far on the night. Can't get the second one. Spencer Nelson into the game, gets the rebound. Nelson averages about 9 points per game. He's an offensive spark out there. He's got it now with Fotis on him, but a foul inside as Shumpert was battling with Sergei Manya.
Of course, Nelson is a versatile low post player, a good defensive player, a good rebounder. Maybe he can match up a little bit better with Papadopoulos, give some help on the boards.
Shumpert trying to back Manya down to the block, goes for the turnaround. That's where Shumpert can really do some damage.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a good ISO player. That time they got him isolated and backed him down, and then just turned, and athletic as he is, just turned and shot over his opponent.
Papadopoulos wants the ball inside. Instead, Dean drives and kicks. Fotis sizing up a three. Rebound Nelson.
And Fotis continues to have problems in the shooting in, both inside and, of course, outside.
Under a minute to play in the first quarter. Benetton now with a 5-point lead. Really have grabbed control of this game. Down low, Goree, great position, but double teamed. Zizis, that's a three. And Fotis tips the rebound to himself. He's going to bring it up again. Just into the game, Eddie Gill, number 8 in white. Now inside, left-hand shot is good for Papadopoulos.
And Papadopoulos, we see here how versatile he is down on the low post with a little left-handed hook. Really the franchise player for Dynamo.
10 seconds left in the first quarter. Goree on top. Hands for Nelson. No, he doesn't. Faked it. Faked me out. Then lost it. Gets to Nelson anyway, who throws up a wild hook as time expires in the first quarter. So Benetton, Treviso, they were a little cold starting things off. Took them a few minutes before they even got on the board, but a strong run to end the first quarter will give them a 3-point lead over Dynamo Moscow heading to quarter number 2.
This will be an interesting ball game. Dallas, of course, is off to such a great start and really has been the premier team in the NBA. The Cavaliers are starting to push as we move down towards the playoffs. They are an improving basketball team and really tightened up their defense.
Oh, nice move there. The cutback door and the layup for Mordente off the fine feed. What a great way to start the second quarter for Benetton.
Really was a really nice set play and excellent basketball, moving the basketball, great movement, just good execution.
Papadopoulos trying to post. Instead, they force it inside. It somehow ends up in the hands of Papadopoulos off the broken play. His hoop gives him 7 for the night.
Again, they just now trying to milk that big size advantage and go down to Big Papa very alertly, picking up that loose ball, good hands, and put it back in.
3-point advantage. Shot clock down to 7. They force it inside. Nelson doing a good job just to get the shot off, and he puts it in.
Boy, really a nice individual effort that time by Spencer Nelson. He had pressure. He avoided the pressure and then strongly went up for the basket underneath.
Papadopoulos screens for Gill. They give now inside. And a foul as Papadopoulos spun. Looks like they'll get Marcus Goree.
We're going to take another look at it here on the replay. We see him spinning. Actually, the reach in by number 10, Mordente. But Goree has got to try to get around in front of Big Papa. He's just getting the ball far too often in such good post position. And it's making it very, very difficult to guard him. And he's going to continue to get the ball and to pick up fouls if they allow him to play behind him.
Quick hands from Lydé forced the turnover. Spencer Nelson leaves a 4-on-3. Good transition defense, though, as Dynamo Moscow hustled back. Big battle going on over in the corner. Taekwon Dean giving up some inches to Preston Shumpert. And he'll be called with a foul. Dean.
Yeah, Dean, again, trying to avoid that big mismatch, as we're going to see here, just really shoves and moves Shumpert out at that post position. Just a little bit too much physical play that time. He's going to get called for that foul.
Now they drop it in for Nelson on the block. Multiple fakes. Now Shumpert has a good look from the wing. Barely draws iron. And Taekwon Dean the rebound.
Good ball movement, unable to knock it down that time. But Spencer Nelson has got to, when he's get that ball in that kind of position down low there, he's got to just rise and go over the defensive player.
Taekwon Dean breaking it down from on top. Floats it on the baseline. And an open jumper for Dean.
Really nice look by Focus, really creating that play. Dean go moving without the basketball to the open spot.
Spencer Nelson misses the 3-ball. 3-point game. Dynamo Moscow could even things up with a 3. And a foul on Benetton off the Gill drive. A blocking foul.
We're going to take a look at it. There's some movement there. Lydell Day just not moving his feet quick enough for the quick Eddie Gill. Gill, of course, with NBA experience, played with a number of teams. Last team being Indiana the last couple of years, but he also played with the New Jersey Nets, the Portland Trail Blazers, and of course the Memphis Grizzlies. And has been a nice addition at the point position for Dynamo.
Eddie Gill off the screen, gets into the lane, drops it down low, just into the game. Yuri Vasilyev can't go. Tip after it, and they're going to stay here. Sergei Manya looked like he might have been the last one to touch it, but the initial signal was that Dynamo Moscow would get to keep it. Dusan Ivkovic working the officials. It is Dynamo Moscow ball. And a quick fire from on top. Cannot find the range. And we have a foul on Dynamo Moscow. It is going to go against number 11, Sergei Manya.
Monia has had somewhat of, I think, a disappointing season. Of course, he has a lot of NBA experience last year with the Portland Trail Blazers. Actually started with the Portland Trail Blazers for a number of games.
Preston Shumpert using the body. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play.
As Shumpert really taking advantage. You see how athletic he is, running in there, creating the contact, absorbing the contact, and strongly going up for the 2 off the glass, and has a possibility here to get the 3-point play, and does convert it.
So he's got 7 points. Shumpert at Syracuse, which is obviously an incredibly high level in the NCAA. For his junior and senior years, he was a 20-point-a-game scorer. That is pretty impressive.
Yeah, Mark, he really can score. We both know that, and certainly he's averaging 12 points a game since coming over from Clemadio here about mid-season.
And look, Popovich driving it in against Saranya, and Popovich picks up the offensive foul.
Yeah, there was, again, a call, but it was a pretty easy call for the official, as Popovich just using that off arm to ward off the defensive player.
Lee Day misses everything on that 3. Popovich going to bring it up quickly. Oh, he tried to find Gill. It was nearly picked by Lee Day. And now Gill into the lane, little leaner, and hits his first hoop.
Eddie Gill, not known for a great outside shooter, but he was able to penetrate and was able to get into the lane there and make the little 8-footer. Using his quickness and his ball handling ability.
Down inside, Marcus Gorey had position. Yuri Vasilyev will pick up the foul.
Gorey trying to establish a position down low. And again, I think as we revisit, he see here the nice position. He really is one of the better big postmen in all of Europe, and they have not gone into him too much here early on, but I would look for them to do that as the game moves on.
Marcus Gorey is still yet to score as he misses his first free throw. Moving towards the middle now of the second quarter. 13 points a game on the season. Coming off only a 4-point performance last week. Took only 4 shots. Now Gorey gets 1 from the line to get on the board. And now a look at Papadopoulos coming back in for Dynamo Moscow. Quick rest on the bench for him. Can't afford to keep him down for long. Fotis is also back in up front for Dynamo Moscow. Popovich drives into trouble. Lost it. Saranya brings it up. Benetton with a 5-point advantage.
High screen and roll.
He can choose either side. He chooses Goree. They switch it. Zizis swings it across. Saranya. No on the 3. Goree tipped it. Who touched it last? Goree touched it last, and it'll go over to Dynamo Moscow.
Really a nice defensive sequence that time by Dynamo. And Moya, good box out.
Just about 5 minutes to play, midway point of the second quarter. Dynamo Moscow led early and has been trailing for a while now. Benetton with a 5-point advantage and an offensive foul on Dynamo Moscow. And they're going to get Lazaros Papadopoulos.
Papadopoulos trying to explain to him, pleading his case to no avail.
24-19, Benetton with the lead. This is the final week of top 16 action. Final chance for Dynamo Moscow and Benetton to claim a spot in the quarterfinals. Very simple. Winner of this game goes. The loser does not. Had a fortuitous possession there from a few moments ago where Papadopoulos off the broken play was able to score inside. Papadopoulos, who just picked up his first foul, 7 points. He leads Dynamo Moscow in scoring. They're going to need some help from somebody else. It's one of the better moves of the day by Preston Shumpert.
Just an outstanding move. Again, absorbing the contact and continuing on with the play. And then we see Eddie Gill with the little runner into the lane.
That's the way Dusan Ivkovic wants to see things in his second season as head coach of Dynamo Moscow. Spent the prior 4 seasons with Ceska, left prior to last year. And then last year they went on to win the Euroleague title.
And of course, Mark, he is the former coach of the Yugoslav national team that was so successful from 88 to 96. Actually picked up 2 silver medals in the Olympics. Just really an outstanding resume as a head coach.
Absolutely. Spent some time in Greece with Olympiakos. Won a Greek title there, also a EuroLeague title in '97. So, yes, there are quite a few nice accomplishments on that resume. Gili working inside. Jump hook won't go. Still after it. No green jerseys anywhere, but it doesn't matter.
Boy, what a great individual effort that time. Just staying with it. Gili working hard. Really 1-on-4 that time. Taking advantage of his size, but just really all effort and energy to pick up that 2.
And his team got to conserve their energy. They just kind of backpedal a little bit. And Gili got things done, surrounded by the opponents. 7-point Benetton advantage. Gill off the hesitation move. Swings it out. This is Bykov into the lane. Gill, that's an open look from 3.
Really not a very good sequence that time by Dynamo. Really mishandling the basketball. Running up against the clock and end up taking an outside shot that really did not get off before the expiration of the time clock.
Chance to add to their largest lead of the game. Benetton and a foul as Zizis tried some penetration. Eddie Gill said, not getting by me, but Gill will pick up the foul.
Zizis goes to the line. Really just an outstanding basketball player. Averages 4 assists on the season, 11 points. His last ball game had 13 points and 4 assists, but really has been a solid performer for Benetton the entire EuroLeague season.
Can do it all, handle and pass, as you pointed out, a fine shooter.
And at 6'5", he's got good size at that point guard position. Really, we've got good vision, makes good decisions.
He's made both his free throws. He's an 82% shooter from the line. No surprise he'd convert there. He's pushed the Benetton lead up to 9. Under 4 minutes to play in the first half. Papadopoulos out high, gives it up. Taekwon Dean into the lane. Pull-up won't go. And a foul on Mateo Saranya.
Dynamo continues to have shooting problems. Dean made a nice move into the lane. Got a good shot, but just wasn't able to knock it down.
Saranya will come out of the game. He's got 2 personal fouls. Deep in the corner, Papadopoulos trying to back down Goree. Now into the lane. Goes to the jump hook.
That's his bread and butter. Really a nice little jump hook there, turning over his left shoulder with the right hand. And again, working on Goree on the mismatch. But so far, it's been all Big Papa at the offensive end for Dynamo. And Dynamo has got to someone else has got to step up for them to get back in the ball game.
Papadopoulos with 9 points leads all scorers. Goree steps out, misses the 17-footer. Gili the offensive rebound. And going strong. What an impact he has made off the bench for Benetton.
Another great opportunity, getting the ball off the offensive glass and then taking the dribble and taking it right to the rack. Like you said, Mark, he's really come in with energy and provided a big lift for Benetton.
Picked up a couple fouls on his first stint off the bench to sidetrack him a little, but he is back in playing just as aggressively. His last 2 hoops have come off of offensive rebounds. Dean misses the pull-up. Gili tips it to Goree. So Gili's been around the basketball pretty much every trip.
And Dynamo continues to have problems on the offensive end, not moving the basketball, relying a lot on one-on-one play, and they're just not getting good high-percentage shots, but you got to give credit to the Benetton defense.
They're going to call Marcus Goree for a travel. He had a nice fake to get the defender in the air. Maybe too nice.
A little shuffle of the feet.
David Blatt wants an explanation.
Dynamo, 2:28 to go. They've got to get something here, a good shot there and a good opportunity on the offensive end.
Drop it down for Papadopoulos. Going quickly to the left hand this time.
Nice quick move that time with the drop step of the left hand. And again, they've got a big advantage. They just got to keep milking that and going right into Big Papa.
Zizis off the screen. They switch it. Fotis is on him. Mismatch on Gili down low against Dean. He kicks it back out. Now the repost. Gili, a sloppy pass, but Goree got it and hits.
Good alert pick up that time by Goree. Quick to the ball.
First basket of the game for Marcus Goree.
Just no movement here at all. Oh, nice spin move, though. Nice spin move.
They're going to get the travel after the spin as he gathered, so a turnover for Dynamo Moscow.
There we see a nice spin move. Goes back up. I don't know there. I sort of like the move. I didn't see it there. It was a good jump stop. Going up strong. I might question that call a little bit, Mark.
That second look looked like a pretty good move. And a look inside David Blatt's huddle. Blatt from Israel with his second season with Benetton Treviso. He's coached in Russia, Dynamo St. Petersburg. Player at Princeton.
We're going to have of course, he also coached at Maccabi the last couple of years. I guess 2 seasons ago. We're going to see, look at Gili, just stays with it. The aggressiveness, the hustle. You like to see that. It really, he's given Benetton a real contribution off the bench. We see another look at him. This time getting the offensive rebound, making a couple of dribbles to the right side, and going up strong. But Big Papa is just wearing them out down low.
We'll see if Big Papa's teammates can come along for the ride, because right now he is everything for Dynamo Moscow. It's 11 of their 23 points. They're down 9 with a minute and a half to play in the first half. Mordente catching fire. Fotis the rebound. Eddie Gill, oh, what a crossover. Takes it inside, couldn't finish.
Yeah, great crossover, just couldn't finish. Great help defensively by Spencer Nelson, bothering Gill as he went up.
Dynamo Moscow on the counterattack. Fotis can't hit the three. Rebound Shumpert tried to find his man. It was Nelson. And now Benetton inside a minute to play with the ball, up by 9.
Bring it back out, set it up. Zisas running the point here with a high screen and roll.
6 on the shot clock. Nelson. Shumpert. Open look Mordente. Oh, you couldn't get a better possession than that. They used the whole clock, and they got a 3.
Yeah, great ball movement at that time. Dynamo really slow in the rotation, but get credit Benetton. Nice ball movement, and Mordente knocking it down.
Neither team shooting the 3 well. Benetton just 2 of 11, including that one, but 0 for 9 for Dynamo Moscow.
Yeah, they've got nothing except for Big Papa going down low.
Taekwon Dean makes it 0 for 10 as a team from 3-point range. There's still 5 seconds left for Benetton to get the last word. Shumpert knows it, but Gill stole it. Half-court heave. Oh, that was close. As Eddie Gill tried to soften the blow a little bit for Dynamo Moscow of what has been just a very shaky first half for the home team. They are in danger of ending their Euroleague season. Meanwhile, Benetton Treviso is that much closer to advancing to the quarterfinal. We're ready for the start of the third quarter, the final week of top 16 action in Euroleague basketball. This is a Group G matchup, and as important one as there is this week. It has at stake a spot in the quarterfinals. Dynamo Moscow and Benetton Treviso, both 3-2, tied for second place in their group. There are only 2 teams allowed to go on to the quarterfinals. So 2 teams want to go. There's only room for 1. Right now, Benetton Treviso has been the better team.
Well, Mark, they really have. And really, this game so far has been all about shooting. And I think Dynamo has just been unable to make anything from the outside. But give Benetton credit, because they are playing the 4 perimeter players real tight and forcing them to take shots outside and allowing Big Papa to be guarded one-on-one by Gori down low. Now, Big Papa's got some points. As you said, he's got 11 in this first half, but no one else has been able to step up for Dynamo. They're going to have to do that in the second half. And if they're going to pull this game out.
Interestingly enough, Papadopoulos is not on the floor for Dynamo Moscow to start the second half. In his place, number 17 in white, Yuri Vasilyev. Popovich sets up Fotis. Fotis hands it to Molnia. Molnia trying to create for himself. Can't get the roll. Fotis the offensive rebound. Taekwon Dean working against Lee Day. Gets into the lane. Nice little pull-up and gets the roll. So Dynamo Moscow gets the first hoop of the second half.
Yeah, Dean really a nice dribble into the lane with the stop jump and the basket, the jump shot, medium range shot.
Benetton leads still at 10. Angelo Gili getting the start for Benetton in the second half, and he takes an extra step in the lane. Whistled for the walk.
And he seems surprised, which was a very easy call by the official. You only get 1 or 2 steps. You don't get 3. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. But you like his energy. He really was a big factor in that first half.
Marcus Gori still out there. Not a big first half for him, but he was leaning on Papadopoulos the whole half. Now a 3, the first 3 make of the game for Dynamo Moscow. It comes off the hand of Fotis. They missed all 10 of their first half 3-point shots. Lee Day, the strong take to the basket, drew the foul on Fotis.
And Fotis is really going to have to step up here. He's the one guy who's capable of going outside and knocking down shots. He commits the foul here, as we see on the replay, but they got to get him some good high percentage shots, and he's going to have to knock them down here in this second half.
So here's Lee Day at the free throw line. Gorey checks out of the lineup, replaced by number 17, Spencer Nelson. Nelson had a hoop off the bench in the first half. And one more free throw coming for Terrell Lee Day.
He's a 71% shooter on the year. Really not a great percentage shooter, but really a good, nice, solid defensive player. Very quick, good hands, good anticipation, and averages about 2.5 steals a game.
Crowd started to get engaged in this game here in the third quarter as Dynamo's gotten a few stops to start the third quarter, but there a sloppy possession and a backcourt violation.
Yeah, unforced turnover that time. There's the kick out, and just it was really to no one. Then backcourt violation.
Nicholas Zizic. Now Saranya gets the screen from Nelson. Still 10 on the shot clock. Saranya trying to create. Sets up Mordente. Around and out.
Boy, he missed that shot, but boy, he's has a nice looking jump shot, in and out. He's the guy you want to have shooting if you're a Benetton fan.
Vasiliev posting hard. He has it in a size advantage, instead kicks it out. Nearly stolen by Saranya. 6 on the shot clock. Popovic defended out front by Zizic, and Zizic picks up the foul.
You know, once again, Mark, the Dynamo offense is really stagnant. There's not a lot of movement, a lot of one-on-one play. There we saw the foul. Nice call by the official, but they just don't seem to have anything going offensively. But you do have to give Benetton credit. They are sticking right with their man. Switching just about everything.
Faltzis trying to create from on top. Runs into trouble, throws it away. Shumpert the steal and fouled at midcourt by Popovic.
Yeah, nice foul by Popovic. Forcing Benetton. There's the out of control. But Benetton will now have to take the ball out, and Dynamo can set up their defense.
7-point game. It was a dozen at the half. So Benetton has yet to score now in 3 minutes of the third quarter.
And Dynamo is looking to pick up their defense. If they're going to get back in this game, they're going to have to pick it up on the defensive end.
Zizic inside Mordente. Still after it now. Popovic comes away with it for Dynamo Moscow. Crowd hoping to see a little more cut into this one.
This crowd starting to get into it.
And a whistle down low as Zizic was trying to help defend Faltzis.
Faltzis going down low, trying to post up, take advantage of his size there.
There's Papadopoulos, who is beginning the third quarter on the bench.
Yeah, anxiously looking to get back into this ball game. Was real a factor in the first half.
Nice inbound play. Faltzis gets the easy lay-in and a 7-0 run for Dynamo Moscow to start things off in the third quarter. This is exactly the type of start they needed to get back in this game, and their crowd is more engaged as well.
Well, Faltzis is coming alive, Mark. He's now got a couple of baskets there, one from the outside, and then, of course, getting that pass on the inbound pass and going to the basket. But he needs to pick it up offensively. He is certainly the top scorer for Dynamo, along with Big Papa. They average 14 and 15 respectively. So if they're going to get back in this ball game, they've got to get that offensive production from Faltzis, who was really non-existent the first half.
So it's been a good start to the third quarter here. Taekwon Dean getting the hoop to start things going by getting into the lane. And then the one and only three-pointer of the game that was good. They missed their other 11 at Dynamo Moscow, but a few more of those might help out the cause just a little bit.
Here we see Dante, and really the defensive there of knocking the ball away. He's in low, and give Dynamo credit. That ball, you can, of course, touch the ball over the cylinder, which is not what you can do, of course, in the United States.
Fotis with the alert play, taking it off the rim. So it is a scoreless first 3.5 minutes of the second half for Benetton, who took a 12-point advantage into the third quarter. After the timeout, Zizic the drive. Off glass, and it comes out.
Dynamo looking to big hoop here will put them right back in this ball game. 2-possession game right now.
This is Popovich, gives to Taekwon Dean. Dean settles into the jumper, back iron on the three.
Dente looking inside. They're trying to post up Dean.
Now it's Shumpert against Dean. Step back jumper. Looked good, but wouldn't go.
And Benetton has suddenly gone cold.
4.5 scoreless minutes in the third quarter for Benetton. Their lead is still 5 for the moment.
And the crowd is back into this game, Mark.
Saranya picks up the foul out front for Benetton. It is the third on Saranya and third team foul.
Saranya, a really good defensive player. This call for the foul that time. But he is the defensive stopper that Benetton has. Regarding Taekwon Dean.
Popovich gave up the dribble. Now it's Fotis. Midway through the third quarter. Mordente trying to take it away from Fotis. Makes him take a tough shot, but Fotis is up for the challenge.
Yeah, really a good offensive move. Fotis, who's better at the catch and shoot, but that time took the defensive player off the dribble and has suddenly come alive on the offensive end.
Fotis now has 12 points. That's the high number for anybody in the game. Another empty trip for Benetton.
Yeah, and Dynamo, as you can tell, has really picked up their defense and forced a tough shot that time.
Taekwon Dean got it to the corner. Shot won't go. Fotis offensive glass. Put back has now cut the lead to just 1. An 11-0 run to start the third quarter for Dynamo Moscow.
Yeah, and it's been the all-Fotis show here in the third quarter. Really a great individual effort that time by Fotis. Going to the glass and strongly putting the ball back up. And this is a new ball game.
And now the crowd in full throat. First, the team fought to get back in it a little. The crowd turned into believers.
Yeah. Oh, and a technical also on Mordente.
Well, that's not the thing you want here. That just fuels the fire. So Fotis will be at the free throw line.
And he has just single-handedly taken this game over in the third quarter, and it's all even. Dynamo now has a chance to go on top.
Now Fotis missed 1 of the technicals.
Look at that, 11 rebounds.
Outstanding performance for him. 6 of the rebounds on the offensive end. Fotis gives it up and now goes to the block. Popovich inside. Vasilyev is pushed and fouled by Spencer Nelson.
Credit Popovich, though, for getting the ball to Vasilyev at the right time, down low. And Vasilyev goes to the foul line. Not a great shooter, but an adequate shooter at 75% from the foul line.
That one just bounced out for Vasilyev. On the season, averages just 3 points and 2 rebounds a game. Gets 1 of 2 there. And we have a completely different game. Dynamo Moscow with their first lead since early in the first quarter.
And they've really picked up their defense here in this third quarter. Real aggressive, intense defense.
A reach-in foul on Dynamo Moscow. It'll go against Bozan Popovich.
There's the reach-in by Popovich. That's his third.
Lee Day the drive, nowhere to go with it. Tried to find Goree, who is there. And an open look for Saranya just inside the arc. Actually, it's Zizic, and well, they're giving him a 3 for the moment. It looked like he had 1 foot inside the arc. The scoreboard is saying it was a 3 for now a 2-point Benetton lead. We'll see if they keep that. Now 11 seconds on the shot clock. 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Little give and go. Popovich inside, flips it up backwards over Goree.
Oh, what a shot that time. Great presence of knowing where the basket is, and he flips it over his shoulder. Just absolutely a spectacular shot that time by Popovich.
That 3 that coming from Zizic was the first basket of the third quarter. Lee Day adds 1 to it there. So the bleeding stopped for the moment for Benetton. A 3 for Lee Day. Back to a 3-point lead for the Italian team.
High screen rolls.
Inside Vasilev, wild shot, tip won't go for Monia. So finally a stop for Benetton. A rebounding story. Dynamo Moscow by nearly 2-1. Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the third. Zizic. Nelson left alone, now goes inside, sets up Goree, blocked! Fultsis rejected the Goree shot.
Great team defense that time, good help.
Inside 2 minutes to play in the third. Taekwon Dean off the screen. Off the hesitation, steps through, and a foul against Benetton. Reach in by Terrell Lee Day.
Dean, here we see going to the hoop. Really a one-on-one player, an ISO player. Got great individual moves off the dribble.
Third foul on Lee Day. And a timeout on the floor. Look at this change in the story. A 12-point Benetton lead at halftime. Well, it evaporated and disappeared completely. Dynamo Moscow actually led for a few moments here in the third quarter. Right now, Benetton is back on top by 3. But in any event,
and Benetton only had 6 points here in this third quarter. They've all of a sudden gone cold, and the momentum has really shifted. And Fultsis has stepped up big here, both shooting from the outside, rebounding, and inside play, and scoring as well. Here we see him on the boards, just grabbing the rebound from the weak side, coming to the ball, and then strongly going up and putting the ball off the glass. And then helping defensively. Good team defense, and Vasilev just picking up the driver.
couple of three-pointers is all Benetton has to show for things in the third quarter. Without those 3, they'd be down by a couple of hoops. They have 2 3-pointers. One of them came from Zizic, and the other came moments ago from Terrell Lee Day. And for the moment, it stopped the bleeding. But clearly, this is a completely new ball game with the crowd engaged and Dynamo Moscow with much more confidence.
And a little concerned look there on the face of Coach David Blatt.
There are the numbers on Fultsis. An outstanding performance. 11 rebounds for Fultsis, 6 of them on the offensive glass. And back iron for Taekwon Dean.
Dean, of course, is an excellent shooter, but only shoots 67% from the foul line. He gets 1 of 2.
So Benetton will bring it up with the 2-point advantage. Zizic directing traffic. Dmitry Kvostov is into the game. Number 7 in white. They go inside. Goree gathers. Blocked from behind, but a foul. It looks like Yuri Vasilev.
Boy, I like that block. I like the look of it. I like the help of Vasilev. That's his 4th. Looks like he got a lot of ball on that.
Punished him for the big swing, I guess. He goes to the bench, and now they come back with Lazaros Papadopoulos, their best big man.
You know, what's interesting, Mark, is they've done this with Big Papa on the bench.
That's
here
right.
for this whole third quarter.
Interesting. I wonder if there was a psychological reason there for Dusan Ivkovic saying, hey, this is the only guy who's playing. You can't have him. Go out and win. Go out and figure out something.
Well, you know, you'd like to think that maybe he was saving his energy here for this what's going to be a very big fourth quarter, because he was the whole offensive show that first half.
He was
and
it.
Here he is on the boards again.
And he draws the foul after getting the offensive rebound. Preston Shumpert doesn't think much of it, but he draws the whistle.
Yeah, that's no question about the foul that time.
Looks like Goree should be getting the whistle. And he was. He got sent to the bench now. Angelo Gili back in, number 15 in green.
But Gili has had, if anybody, has had a little bit of success against Big Papa. And at 6'10", they need his height in there. Big Papa only a 64% shooter on the year, but he calmly steps up and knocks both of them down.
13 points in the game for Papadopoulos. Actually, they've got him for 15 now. 5 rebounds as well. And as you said, Gail, he should be rested. He sat for halftime in almost the entirety of the third quarter. Foul out front on Taekwon Dean. A lot riding on this game, needless to say.
Here we see the reach in by Taekwon Dean.
Tyrell Lee Day to the free throw line. Each team's committed 5 team fouls. We are in the bonus in the third quarter.
Yeah, really a careless foul that time by Dean. He wasn't going anywhere. And when you foul like that late in the quarter, generally you're going to end up setting the offensive player to the foul line. Pretty much a gift that time.
Missed free throw, but a whistle. And they're going to give him another one, a lane violation on Dynamo Moscow. Looks like they got Fautzis.
Really a mental error by Dynamo that time.
Doesn't cost him as Lide misses the next one.
Chance to go ahead.
Under a minute to play in the third.
And Benetton actually is in a little bit of a zone that time.
Taekwon Dean had a wide open shot, couldn't hit. Papadopoulos, the lefty putback, ties it at 43.
And once again, we really see the offensive domination by the big man of Dynamo. They just are controlling the boards, and it's turning out to be a very, very big factor here in the third quarter.
8 on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock, third quarter.
And the defense has gotten a lot more intense, and they are so much more aggressive than they were the first half.
Fautzis got the loose rebound. There's 12 seconds left. Dynamo Moscow trail by a dozen to start the third quarter. They can start the fourth with a lead if they can score here. Dean, the pull-up. It's nothing. Well, third quarter ends with a bit of a thud for Dynamo Moscow, but the good news is they've made up a 12-point deficit. They are even with Benetton Treviso heading for the fourth quarter. Whoever wins the fourth is going to the quarterfinals. Now ready to start the fourth quarter. Mark Brown along with Hall of Famer Gail Goodrich. Dynamo Moscow erased a 12-point deficit in the third quarter. We begin the fourth at 43 apiece. The winner of today's game moves on to the quarterfinal round of the Euroleague playoffs.
And Dynamo continues to play their aggressive man-to-man defense.
Shumpert to the baseline. Found Nelson, couldn't hit.
Good pressure that time by Dynamo and good defensive help from the weak side.
Papadopoulos on the block. Finds the cutting Monia, who lays it in. Ball was interfered with inside the cylinder. Count the basket, a 2-point lead for Dynamo Moscow.
Great cut from the weak side. Monia coming down the lane, and a good pass and delivery by Big Papa.
Jesus kicks it out. Gili will try the three. Did some damage inside, misses there. Shumpert crashing the offensive board and draws the foul. Head coach David Blatt wants an intentional foul, 2 in the ball. Don't think he'll get that.
Benetton just did a nice job of crashing the boards, and Shumpert in particular goes up strong. Really a strong player for a guy that his build is on the slight side, but I like his strength. We saw that in the first half when he was driving with the basketball, and we saw it again here where he's going up for the offensive board.
Well,
and they did call
yes,
an intentional.
I stand corrected. They got the intentional call, so 2 free throws and the ball for Benetton.
Don't know that I agree with that, but that's the call. Play on.
In Europe, we've found that they utilize that call a little bit more frequently than you would see it
and that's not
in the States.
Yeah, it's not such a bad idea, Mark. It really, you know, they got to keep control of the basketball game. They don't want to get it out of hand. And there's one, and that should be intentional then.
Saranya with the basketball really cleared out over Bykov with the elbow.
Oh, he really did. I would call that intentional. I don't know. You talking about an intentional foul?
Yeah, there was a battle on the inbound there where they were both kind of elbowing each other a little bit, and Saranya taking it one step further. Now his 4th foul.
And they could ill afford to lose Saranya. He really is an outstanding player, particularly on the defensive end. And Benetton is in a 3-2 zone.
And Moscow turns it over. Looking at number 7 there. Hasn't got a lot of run here for Dynamo Moscow. Dmitry Kvostov. Extremely young.
Yeah, only 18 years old. Getting some action here in a real pressure situation.
That's for sure. Shumpert going to the turnaround down low. Monia the rebound. Foltzis looks like he took a shot to the eye, and he wants a stoppage here.
And gets it.
Could be a contact situation. Don't know that he has them, but that sure looks like it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. I think you're right, Mark. All set?
Oh,
let's go.
That's one of the quickest finding and replacing of a contact I've ever seen. Zizis going to the bench for Benetton. So Dynamo Moscow trying to pull this one out. Left for dead at halftime. No spark. Only one man really making an impact. That was Papadopoulos, 3rd quarter. Well, the rest of the team stepped up. Foltzis missing on the 3. And Nelson, falling out of bounds, was fouled by Monia.
They're going hard for it. It's a foul that you really can't complain too much about. It was a good call by the official, but you like the intensity. You like going for the ball. That's the kind of work you want to see on the offensive boards. Mordente, good size, running the post, now curls down on the baseline.
And trying to draw some defenders, and Kvostov commits the foul, the youngster.
Boy, he's going to grow up in a hurry. On this stage of the game, guarding Mordente. Didn't see a lot there.
And he will head back to the bench. Gave him a few minutes there. And now is replaced by Taekwondo. And this is Preston Shumpert checking out for Benetton. Zizis is back in. He will inbound underneath. They tried the set play to go for Saranya in there. It was broken up.
Dynamo stays into a man-to-man. This is a situation, Mark, where I like to see the zone play coming off the inlet-bound pass from the baseline. But Dynamo elected to go with the man-to-man. It's just too easy to get screened and lose your man. Oh!
Gili the drive, count the basket and the foul, a chance for 3.
Gili driving with long legs and stride, goes all the way, lays it up. And once again, he's proven to be a big factor for Benetton in this ball game. Just 24 years old at 6'10". driving to the basket. Looked a little bit in slow motion, but with those long legs and long stride, he got there.
Foul is on Dimitri Domani, his third. Gili completes it. And Benetton.
You know, we saw Benetton earlier in the year, and you look at Gili, and he really has improved as a basketball player during this season.
And just in time for what it really counts. He's battling Papadopoulos down low, doing his best. Papadopoulos screens for Dean. Nothing happened on this possession. 3 on the shot clock. Dean just had to jacket from 3. Offensive rebound, Papadopoulos.
Now
goes to work on Gili. Scoops it up. It doesn't go. Rebound Zizis.
Couldn't finish, but what a great spin move that time by Big Papa.
Gili left alone for 3. Foxes the rebound. 3 minutes gone in the 4th.
Look at that rebound, 34-18.
Almost doubling them.
Yep.
Papadopoulos, good position down low. Gili defended him well. Maybe some contact, no whistle. Here comes Mordente. Looking inside first, now out to Saranya.
Good defensive help that time to pick up until Big Papa got back.
Mordente with Domani on him. 6 on the shot clock, deep 3. Papadopoulos, the rebound, knocked away, but a foul on Benetton. It'll go against Angelo Gili.
That's got to be his 3rd or 4th.
I've got him for 3. He will come out regardless.
There's the foul. Good screen that time. Screen off and block out by Big Papa. Looking to go inside to him. Now watch Benetton collapse a little bit. There it is. There's the 2-time. Kick it out.
Open look for 3. Dean cannot hit. The troubles from 3-point range continue for Dynamo Moscow. Off the save. Somehow Benetton held on to control. 6 minutes left, a 3-point Benetton lead. They forgot about Nelson down low. Contact with Domani and a foul on Dimitri Domani.
The Dynamo looking for the charge. Close call. Pleading his case is Domani. Didn't get the call. Could have gone either way.
Did get his 4th foul and 5th on the team. So bonus situation throughout the rest of the ball game for Benetton Treviso. The timeout on the floor. Points hard to come by here in a tenacious 4th quarter. All you have to do is look at the 3rd quarter, though. That is when Dynamo Moscow may have saved their Euroleague season. Still more to go on that one, as Benetton is not exactly going to just fold up their tent here.
Benetton has got to get some easy shots. Both teams have got to get easy shots. They both struggle from the field. Just 7 points total by both teams thus far here in this 4th quarter, as both teams have really picked up their defense, and it's gotten to be very, very physical out there. And it's going to be marked which team really wants it the most.
Yep. And right now it is definitely a battle. Stakes have raised, and so has the intensity. You didn't see Dynamo Moscow engaged much in the first half. That has changed significantly here in the 2nd. We've got a much better game as a result. Spencer Nelson at the line for 2 free throws for Benetton.
Nelson, a 75% shooter on the year. Been playing very well of late. Had 15 points last week in Benetton's game.
Capable of scoring in bunches as he has from time to time this season. Big free throws here. And he got them. 4 points in the game, 4 rebounds as well off the bench. And a 5-point Benetton lead. Fultz is deep in the corner. That's a 3.
Fotis continues to stay hot and to keep Dynamo in this game on the offensive end.
Fotis has the only made threes of the game for Dynamo Moscow. He has 2 of them. Gets him back within 2. Zizis the drive, high arcing shot, can't get the roll. Papadopoulos rips it away.
Dynamo now has a chance to tie, go ahead. Benetton has gone back into their man-to-man.
Popovic into the lane, now back out again. Domani inside out, knocked away and stolen.
Domani trying to force the action a little bit too much.
13 Dynamo turnovers, just 6 for Benetton. Nelson out top.
Good pressure by Dynamo.
Hesitation move, Nelson gives to Saranya. 3 went halfway down and came out. Dean the rebound. Coming up on 4.5 minutes to play. Still a 2-point game. Dynamo Moscow can tie here, maybe lead with a 3. Pull-up jumper, Popovic fouled, and he will have 2 free throws.
That's all for Mordente. That's got to be his 5th.
He's pleading his case here, but this one is going to go against him.
We're going to take a look at nice pick by Big Papa. He goes up. Don't know if he actually gets him. He puts his hand up.
Popovic misses the first free throw. He's an 83% free throw shooter in Euroleague competition. And Mordente still in the ball game, so hasn't fouled out.
4.
3 points for Popovic. He's got 3 assists as well to go along with 4 rebounds. He's playing with 4 fouls. Coming up on 4 minutes left. A 1-point Benetton lead. Trying to add to it here. Mordente draws a crowd on the baseline. Almost turned it over. There's 8 seconds left on the shot clock.
Dynamo playing nice team defense. Every time a Benetton player starts to drive and starts to penetrate, he's cut off and gets help from the other defensive player. There's a 2-time, the deflection.
5 on the shot clock. Zizis on the pull-up. And a rebound, Monya.
And the crowd looking to get into it now. They go into Big Papa now.
Goes to the left and is fouled. So a chance to take the lead at the free throw line. The big man has been a workhorse inside, and there's been no answer for him on the Benetton side.
He really has. Of course, he is the top scorer for Dynamo. Look at the turn, the pivot, the left hand, and the foul. But Goree is just overmatched down low, and he continues to try to play behind him. It's very, very difficult. You got to deny him the ball. But credit Big Papa for his footwork and getting down low and posting up and making himself a real target down there, in there.
That one ties it. This one for the lead. 18 points, 9 rebounds.
And 3 assists.
Pretty good all-around game, and he's not done yet.
And he's fresh, having sat out most of that third quarter.
That's right. 1 point Dynamo Moscow lead. 3.5 minutes left.
And look at him out there pressuring Mordente.
Doing a pretty good job.
Absolutely. Moving his feet.
And finally commits the foul. You know, he did such a great job, and he got a little too excited at the end, I think.
He did. He got excited. He reached at the very end. But he was out there defensively, moving that feet, applying pressure. You like that energy. And this is the time when you got to have it.
Mordente at the line, a 79% free throw shooter.
Oh, and he missed.
Seems like nobody was more surprised than him.
Well, he's a very confident shooter, and well, he should be. He shoots 53% on threes, 53% on field goals. Just an outstanding shooter.
And gets the second, so he ties it up. 11 points in the game for Mordente. That was his first point of the second half, however.
2-3 zone.
Papadopoulos wants it. Oh, a little mistiming there off the entry, and they turn it over. 14th turnover of the game.
Yeah, unforced error. Just careless pass that time.
Well, Benetton bringing it up in the form of Zizis. With Popovich on him.
Good pressure by Dean. Trying to deny Mordente the ball.
But he gets free on the near side. Missed on the 20-footer. Rebound Molnia. Under 3 minutes left. And a foul out front. Zizis will be whistled. It will send Popovich to the free throw line.
An 83% free throw shooter.
Each team in the penalty, so bonus shot from here on in both ways. Popovich gives Dynamo Moscow the 1-point advantage. And makes the second.
And the crowd is really getting into it. They're sensing a victory here in Moscow.
Zizis. Gili the drive, steps and lays it in.
How big has he been tonight? And gets the foul. Got a chance for a three-point lead, a three-point play, and the lead. Puts the ball on the floor, going to his left, strong. And he beat a pretty good player in Fotis.
Still looking for the foul, Gail.
Well, there was I thought there was a little bump on the dribble. A little bit late whistle. Not much, I would agree, Mark.
12 points now for Gili after that three-point play. Back and forth we go. Benetton now back on top by 1. Under 2.5 minutes left. Free throw shooting numbers pretty close. Pull up for Popovich.
Not a good high percentage at that time. They've been successful trying to go down low to Big Papa and at least go down, and then if you don't have something, you kick it out.
Mordente steps through 2 defenders, lays it in with the left.
Really nice heads-up play that time by Mordente, going to his left, using his offhand.
Puts the visiting team from Italy up by 3, under 2 minutes left, and a foul in the post. They'll get Marcus Gori as he was battling with Papadopoulos.
Foul off the ball, and it's really getting rugged down there on that post play.
So Papadopoulos, such a force down low. At the line, he needs them both. There's the first.
This is what it's all about. In crunch time, going down to the wire, the game's on the line. Winner goes on, loser goes home.
And he gets them both. 7 of 8 from the line tonight for Papadopoulos.
He's had quite a ball game.
His 21 points leads all scorers. Eddie Gill gets his first action here now. Number 8 and white for Dynamo Moscow. First action of the second half. Zizis brings it up for Benetton with the 1-point advantage. Shumpert operating down low. Whistle before. That basket won't count, but Shumpert is going to get 2 free throws after the foul called on Taekwon Dean.
Yeah, Benetton really recognizing the size differential here and quickly sees the matchup goes in low. Schumbert, credit Schumbert for going down and posting up. And credit the Benetton team for recognizing it and going in where Schumbert can take advantage of his size over Gill.
Crowd loves that miss. David Blatt, not so much.
Schumbert's got to stay with the shot. He backed away as he shot that time. Stays with it. There he is, a lot better. Still doesn't get it, but it's a lot better delivery.
Couple of big misses. Razor-thin margin of 1 for Benetton. Under a minute and a half to play.
Benetton in a 2-3 zone here.
Popovich, the lefty drive. It comes out. Popovich has made a couple of decisions early in the shot clock lately.
Yeah, he has. That wasn't too bad, but the one before where he took the jump shot, you can always get that shot a little bit later.
Goree on the block, trying to work on Papadopoulos. Now brings him out with a minute left. 3 on the shot clock, 3 on the way. Oh, Marcus Goree, near invisible today. Hits an enormous 3.
Boy, what a shot. What a timing on that basket there by Goree.
Well, Marcus Goree has been forced to toil in the post and lay his body on a much bigger man and give up huge numbers to Papadopoulos. His offensive game has suffered, but he obviously saved something. Goree hitting it a big 3 to extend the Benetton lead.
Well, Goree, of course, like I said before, is one of the top postmen in all of Europe, but we saw his ability and his versatility to go outside and knock down the 3. If you look at the numbers here, 3 points, 2 for 20 for Dynamo from the 3-point range. Benetton has not been much better, shooting 20%. But this has been all defense here the second half by both teams, and it's really been a nice, hard-fought game that will go right down to the wire here. David Blatt giving some instructions.
The last thing I heard him say was keep it simple. We'll see. Things do tend to get a little complex down in the final seconds of a Euroleague season in the case for one of these teams. Angelo Gili, those numbers, keep in mind, came off the bench.
He has really been a factor here this evening.
Fultz to inbound.
With his contribution.
It's a 3-point deficit for Dynamo Moscow. They go right in. Papadopoulos for the quick 2. It was going to go down, and Fultz just made sure of it. A 1-point game. Here's the pressure.
Full court, man-to-man pressure. 45 seconds to go.
Mordante working against Gill.
Running the point.
Takes the screen from Schumbert. Zizis gives for Goree. 8 on the shot clock. Goree, pull up, hits nothing, or barely draws iron, and a foul on Benetton.
Oh my. Looks like it's on Sorenya, and if that's on Sorenya, he's gone.
Well, Sorenya making his case that he wasn't near the play. Let's see.
There's the pull-up. The shot is missed. Here he comes.
Oh, yeah, he fouled him.
No question about it.
It was certainly him.
He was going for the ball. We'll give him that credit, but he just went right through.
So he has fouled out of the game. One less man available for David Blatt and Benetton. Officials talking things over during their timeout. Another look inside David Blatt's Benetton huddle. .8 seconds is all that remains. Dynamo Moscow, a newcomer to Euroleague, had an outstanding regular season. Finished at 10-4. Tied with Olympiacos for second in Group A, but getting the second place in the points differential. And then coming to the top 16 competition, a respectable 3-2 coming into today. Save for a forgettable first half effort, they are on the verge of moving on to the quarterfinals.
And if they can get to the quarterfinals, this will be the closing of an outstanding year. This is his first year in Euroleague play, and it's just been a great year for them.
First free throw is good for Fontsis. 20 points for him.
How many in the second half? It's
14 in the second half.
Yeah, he's really had an outstanding game. Where would they be without him? Him and Big Papa.
Missed the second. After the rebound. Saves it. Dynamo ties it and has 20 seconds left to win it.
Hold for one shot. Should go about 10.
Popovich has it. Off the drive. Wants the pull-up from 20. Rebound Shumpert. 3 seconds left. They've got to hurry. And that will do it for regulation. Antonis Fontsis got his own missed free throw, and it gave Dynamo Moscow a chance to put the dagger in regulation. Popovich could not do it. We're going to overtime. 5 minutes to decide who's going to the quarterfinals. Keep it here on ESPN. You'll see it right here on ESPN. Yes, overtime now. Dynamo Moscow and Benetton Treviso battling it out for a spot in the quarterfinals. The winner goes. And right now we got 5 minutes to figure it all out. Dynamo has it first to start the extra period. They go right inside, and Papadopoulos, a rare miss in the lane.
40 minutes and still not a victor. Doesn't get any better than this, Mark.
Zizis creates some space. Pull up from 15. Eddie Gill the rebound. Taekwon Dean coming out on top. Zizis on him. They give it the high post to Papadopoulos. Spinning in the lane, and Goree with the foul. Goree's frustrated. This happened in the first half too. He's saying that he's getting hooked.
Well, we'll take another look at it. I don't think so. I think he just has got a forearm right in the back. I don't see what his complaint is. Can't agree with him.
Well, Goree picking up another foul. It'll send Lazaros Papadopoulos to the free throw line.
Papadopoulos has not been a good free throw shooter on the season. He's been very good today, but only a 64% shooter. He's the kind of guy that if you're Benetton, you want to see go to the foul line, but he has really knocked him down this evening.
1 of 2 there. 8 of 10 from the line on the game. So yes, Gail, good numbers, 80% in the game. And he and Fontsis have just dominated the scoring. The two big men up front for Dynamo Moscow, each over 20 points on the night. Shumpert down low, loose ball, and now Dynamo Moscow has it off the turnover. Gill and Popovich running the backcourt now for Dynamo. This is Popovich off the screen, has a seam, goes to the reverse, tipped back in by Fontsis.
Fontsis really alertly going to the offensive board. Picks up the miss ball.
Now a near steal. It's retrieved by Zizis. Mordente to the baseline. Pull up won't go. Papadopoulos the rebound.
And Dynamo sets up their offense. You would think they would go into Big Papa or to Fontsis.
Fontsis outside, back in for Papadopoulos. Turnaround jump hook. Mordente the rebound. Under 3 minutes left. Benetton down 3. Mordente. Gili, now it's Goree. Quick ball movement around the perimeter. Mordente from the corner. Missed the 3-ball. Rebound, Fultz.
Benetton continues to struggle with their outside shooting.
There's Fultz, Papadopoulos down low. Good position on Goree. Missed the jump hook, still after it. They'll put back with the left, and the foul, it looks like it'll go on Gili.
Every time down, Dynamo is now going into Big Papa here. He stays with it. Goes up with the left hand in the crowd. 3 guys around him. Cannot stop him.
A timeout on the floor in Moscow. A reminder to our Pacific Rim audience, Sports Center will follow immediately as soon as Dynamo Moscow and Benetton Treviso are done. At this point, we're not exactly sure when that will be. Marcus Goree, a concerned look on the bench for Benetton, to say the least. This was a game that was clearly in their control. Goree will only be able to watch. He has just fouled out.
We'll take another look. There's a screen out front, and Zeus is going to the hoop, but here comes Fultz with the foul above the rim and the tip.
In the cylinder, but perfectly legal.
And then we, of course, see Big Papa. Big Papa is working the post. He has really been a force in this ball game this evening. Virtually unstoppable down low.
And now we'll have a chance to add to the lead at the free throw line. Trying to salvage 1 of 2 here. And a whistle as he steps to the line. And now we're ready. Missed them both. He's missed 3 of 4. Dean had it in his hands but couldn't control it.
Ooh, what could have gone either way,
It may
in my opinion.
It may have grazed his hand on the way out.
Right.
Spencer Nelson, who broke up that play, is able to get the hoop at the other end. So a big couple of seconds for Spencer Nelson, helping to keep Benetton right there within striking distance. Down 1, under 2 minutes to play. Popovich the drive, creates some space, and hits the pull-up, a 3-point Dynamo lead.
Good drive that time by Popovich, going to his right into the lane. The pull-up for the short jumper.
It's not been a great game for him. Averages 11.5 on the season, but late he has stepped up and taken some things on his shoulders. Here's Zizis, 7 on the shot clock. Mordente down low. Nelson all the way back out. Good look for Zizis, and he hits a 3. We're tied at 63.
Good inside-out game that time, and Spencer Nelson with the delivery to the open Zizis, who knocks it down.
Now this is a game fitting an elimination game. Hotly contested, back and forth, and now overtime, and we're still tied.
And good open looks are getting hard to come by as the defense and the intensity is picking up. And everybody is into this game.
Papadopoulos kicks it out. Popovich for 3. No, the 3 still bedeviling Dynamo Moscow today. Under a minute to play. Benetton now can regain the lead.
High screen and roll.
Zizis pull up from the free throw line. And a rebound of Fultz. He's got to have 20 of those today.
He has really controlled the boards, both offensively and defensively. One shot and out right now for Benetton.
Shot clock and game clock. There they are. About a 17-second differential and a three. Eddie Gill.
Huge three for Eddie Gill.
20 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Just the third 3 and 23 attempt for Dynamo Moscow. Spencer Nelson, the drive, no basket. The foul happened on the drive, a reach in by Papadopoulos.
Yeah, we see the reach in and the foul. Actually, a smart foul sends Spencer Nelson to the line.
First, a timeout.
He will get 2 shots, but Dynamo will get the ball back. The worst that can happen is a 1-point lead with the ball.
A 3-point advantage for Dynamo Moscow. 2 free throws coming for Benetton in the form of Spencer Nelson.
Boy, what a nice open look that time by Eddie Gill. The inside-out game and the good pass. He goes up, great balance, good follow-through. And the three.
Now the crowd can sense it now. They're only a few seconds away. And advantage Dynamo Moscow.
Here we see a few minutes ago was Nelson driving to the hoop, and then Nelson kicks out to Zisas, who knocked down the three.
That was to tie, and this is to put us where we are right now. A 3-point Dynamo Moscow lead. And then an aggressive move by Nelson. Wants the hoop to count, but the whistle came clearly before. So now David Blatt, obviously, needing both free throws to be made, and then
they'll have a quick foul.
Quick foul.
They'll try to steal the inbound pass. If they don't get it, you foul right away and extend the game. And Nelson, who has really come alive, coming off the bench here late in the overtime period. Made the nice defensive play and then followed up with a basket and then an assist, and now goes to the foul line.
First one cuts it to 2. And this to cut it to 1 with only 13 seconds left. And he does. And a timeout. And a substitution. Brian Smith getting his first action of the day here defensively, number 5 in green.
Get a little bit of quickness, and again, he can give the foul if they don't get it. They got to foul immediately. Foul. Foul.
Still no foul. They've got a great trap in the corner, and a 5-second violation turns it over. How about the discipline of Benetton to stick with the trap?
Oh my, look at, they've got him cornered right in the corner. They've got him trapped.
Incredible. It's much more than you could ever hope for in that situation.
Oh my.
You're hoping for the foul and then a missed free throw. Instead, it's like a steal. So now, only down 1, Benetton, a chance to win it here in the final seconds. Mordente gives in to Zizic. 7 seconds left. Inside, Gili stolen away by the quick hands of Eddie Gill, and then a foul. How about that defensive play by Dynamo Moscow?
Great defensive play, great anticipation, a good help by Eddie Gill. We've gone from GOAT to hero in a matter of seconds. Being trapped in the corner, has a 5-second count on him, and then makes the steal.
Redemption was only seconds away. Now, he would love for his teammate to hit a couple free throws here to give him a little more breathing room. Just a fraction on the clock, 0.3 seconds left. Virtually over. Papadopoulos can make it a 3-point game here. Well, this has been one of the best games of the entire Euroleague season.
Boy, it sure has. And so much at stake. The winner moving on the quarterfinals to face Panathinaikos. The loser going home.
Well, a lot to talk about for the fans of Dynamo Moscow, to be sure. They'll be talking about getting to the quarterfinals in their first ever EuroLeague season. And they'll be talking about this game and this comeback for quite some time. They were down 12 at halftime, and it seemed like much more.
Well, it really did. But they got a lot of heart. They came out the second half and really picked up their defense. Oh, my, he banks it.
I think he was trying to miss to take all the time off. And that'll do it. Broken up by Eddie Gill at the end. And Dynamo Moscow, with an incredible comeback at home, defeats Benetton Treviso and puts Dynamo Moscow into the EuroLeague quarterfinals.
And what a great victory for Dynamo tonight. A lot of heart coming back in the second half, winning it in overtime.
A tremendous performance from the bigs, Fotis and Papadopoulos, keeping them in it and winning it in the end. For Gail Goodrich and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Mark Brown. So long for now. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Dynamo Moscow books their ticket to the quarterfinals and sends Benetton home. 68-65 the final from Moscow.